Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rose, and welcome to episode 262 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. The show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe to your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. There were a couple big games out last week, including MultiVersus, Humanity, and F1 24. And the games coming out this week include Downward Enhanced Edition, Firework, Killer Clowns from Outer Space the game, Rolling Hills Make Sushi Make Friends, Destiny 2 The Final Shape, very exciting, Democracy 4 Console Edition, Ghost Teen Escape from Limbo, Run and Jump Guy, Detective Minerva Case, Grappin', Tour de France 2024, The Smurfs Village Party, Dash and Roll, Shy Dog's Hidden Orchestra, The Hong Kong Massacre, Rider Spirits, and Camarero, A Frog Refuge. Now to last week's biggest news stories, and we have 7 to cover this week. Number 1. Microsoft confirms Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is coming to Game Pass. Tom Warren at The Verge writes, Microsoft is confirming today that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the next installment in the popular franchise, will be available day one on Xbox Game Pass. After a premature notification earlier today, an official Xbox Wire blog post has now revealed that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available on Microsoft's game subscription service later this year. Quote, we are excited to confirm that Game Pass members will be able to jump into Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on day one with Game Pass, end quote, says Megan Spur, Senior Community Lead of Xbox Game Pass. In a separate trailer from Xbox, Microsoft confirms Black Ops 6 will be available on both Xbox Game Pass for consoles and PC Game Pass. It's still unclear whether Microsoft plans to raise the price of its Game Pass Ultimate subscription, and the company hasn't announced a release date for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, so there are still many months to go until its eventual release on Game Pass. I understand Activision is currently targeting a late October release for Black Ops 6, which is set during the 90s Gulf War. Microsoft plans to provide further details about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 during a stream special after the main Xbox Summer Showcase on June 9th. Finally, we can put that one to bed for now. To me, this was obvious. The fact that there were stories a few weeks ago that they were debating whether or not to put it in Game Pass, and I mean understandably so, but how are you not committed to that vision and that decision when you decide to go and, spend $69 billion to buy Activision Blizzard? I don't know. Just happy it's coming to Game Pass. We can put that to bed. Will the prices raise before now and then? Honestly, a few weeks ago, I was saying without a doubt, but now I don't know if you want that bad press going into this. This is your moment. If this doesn't up the annual subscriptions for Game Pass, I don't know what is. So, very intrigued to see how that's going to go this fall. Number 2. Xbox reportedly inks deal for Rocksteady co-founder's new single-player AAA game. Tom West at True Achievements writes, if you've been missing the single-player action Rocksteady gave us with the Batman Arkham series, we could see a similar action arrive on Xbox in the future. According to new reports, Xbox has partnered with the Rocksteady co-founder studio, 100 Star Games, to publish a new AAA single-player game. As reported by Xputer, Rocksteady co-founders Jamie Walker and Sefton Hill have partnered with Microsoft to publish their new studio's debut game. According to the report, the game is a AAA single-player action-adventure game developed using Unreal Engine 5. While details about the game are still unknown, Xbox Game Studios is set to be financing the project, so we'll almost definitely see it launch on Xbox consoles and PC, although exclusivity isn't a guarantee. Seems like something we're not going to see for quite a while, but I love to see this news. Rocksteady clearly had the fall from grace, often regarded as one of the best, if not the best studio at its time during the Arkham series, just completely has fallen off a cliff with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and these two left shortly before the release of that game, which WB remarked as a huge fail. So this is cool, I hope this is true, and I can't wait to see what they come up with. Number 3, Xbox is publishing Toys for Bob's next game. Ryan Dinsdale at IGN writes, Toys for Bob, the Crash Bandicoot 4 developer and Call of Duty support studio that left the Xbox-owned Activision in February of 2024, has signed an agreement with Xbox directly to publish its next game. Revealed in a post on X, Toys for Bob confirmed reports from March 2024 that claimed it would team up with the Xbox once again. Its next game, which the studio said will return to its roots, is still in, quote, very early development, end quote, but it's partnering with Xbox to publish it. Quote, we're excited to announce that we'll be partnering with Xbox to publish our next game, end quote, Toys for Bob said. Quote, we are still very early in development, so you might not hear from us for a bit, but know that we're working hard on an experience and we are so inspired about. Can't wait to share more, end quote. Toys for Bob has been active since 1990, but was acquired by Activision in 2005 and became known for developing the Skylanders games. It later remastered the Spyro and Crash Bandicoot trilogies before creating Crash Bandicoot 4. In more recent years, however, it spent most of its time as a Call of Duty support studio, helping other Activision developers create the annualized franchise. I think this is very exciting because they should be able to bring the more family-friendly aspect that Xbox does desperately need in their first-party studio. Is it going to be a new Crash game, a new Spyro game, or the long-desired Banjo-Kazooie game? We shall see. Number 4, Redfall's final Xbox update brings offline mode and more. Heidi Nicholas at True Achievements writes, if you're working through the Redfall achievements, Game Update 4 is out now as Redfall's last Xbox update, following news that Arcane Austin is closing and ceasing development on the game. Redfall Update 4 will be around 19.94 gigabytes on Xbox and brings an offline mode so you can play even when not connected or suddenly disconnected from the internet. On top of that, Update 4 will give you a reputation bar that you can fill by rescuing residents, completing safe house missions, and so on. The community standing reputation bar has 6 ranks with 39 rewards and a safe house skill tree to move through. Update 4 also adds Elder Nests, which challenge you to destroy dangerously modified special vampires to free Redfall from their influence, as well as a story mode setting, a new unrivaled weapon, new enemy encounters, and more. We had to put this in here as this is the swan song for Arcane Austin. It's sad for any studio to go. Can't be overly surprised with how Redfall was received. One of these days, I will finally give this game a chance. It was great to see that they did get this final update back in, though. Number 5, EA Sports College Football 25's unique features make it look like way more than a Madden reskin. Austin Goslin at Polygon writes, summer is only just starting, but college football fans are already itching to head back to campus in EA Sports College Football 25. The upcoming game marks the franchise's return after over 10 years of absence and will be the first game in the series to feature officially licensed players' likeness, thanks to NIL money and a large-scale campaign to pay players to appear in the game. On Friday, EA released a massive deep dive into the game's ridiculous number of new features and the way it aims to create the most realistic college football experience ever, both on and off the field. With real players in the game for the first time, many of College Football 25's new features put an emphasis on making it clear what separates the best players in the sport from everyone else. The game includes a variety of player traits that will augment gameplay, like responding better to high-pressure situations, and being able to identify oncoming blitzers. There will be more than 80 of these traits in the game at launch, as well as different tiers for each one. The game will also feature an extensive new injury system called Wear and Tear, which shows the specific injury effects of each play and how much it increases a player's risk of injury. While this is important during games, it's even more important in modes like Dynasty, where you run an entire college football program and have to look after your players from game to game. One of the ways the game appears to be a major departure from the Madden franchise is also true of college football versus the NFL. There's way more variety in playbooks. College Football 25 already seems pretty dedicated to preserving the individuality and quirks of the 134 schools in the game. There's a detailed option system in the game, including a flex bone formation with Air Force's signature triple option. There's a new feature which lets players pull the back and run with it in the middle of a called reverse, and EA even highlights a wide formation, a staple for Oklahoma. EA also takes time to know how important real-life tradition is to the presentation of games in College Football 25. Every stadium and fan base in college football has their own unique rituals, and EA has tried to capture as many of those as they can for the game, licensing certain songs for the team's walkout music, and including fan traditions like Tennessee's Checkered Stadium and Penn State's Whiteout. All of this is in service of not just recreating the authentic highs of a college home game, but also to enhance the game's new emphasis on home field advantage, with the ridiculously loud stadiums making it harder for the away team to concentrate on things like calling hot routes. These are just a few of the new features EA Sports has announced for the game on Friday. To get a look at the features, EA has put together a short gameplay video narrated by sportscaster Kurt Herdstreet, as well as a very in-depth length blog post that outlines each of the game's new system in great detail. EA Sports College Football 25 is set for release on PS5 and Series X on July 19th. Honestly, this might be one of the best examples of a game that's about to push new next-gen hardware. Unlike anything we've seen before thus far in this generation, this game is going to be a monster. I love the NFL. I've really fallen off Madden in the last, 5 to 10 years. And I never really got into college football, but this looks really fun, and I'm so happy for all the fans out there that are about to have the time of their life. Number 6, 2 more Resident Evil remakes reportedly in development. Sean Curry at True Achievements writes, if you've enjoyed working through the Resident Evil 4 achievements and are for more Resident Evil remakes, we might have some good news for you. New reports claim that Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica remakes are coming. The news comes from insider Darth Golem, who claims that the remake of Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil Code Veronica are in development right now. IGN has corroborated Darth Golem's claim, saying that 0 and Code Veronica, quote, are the next 2 Resident Evil remakes scheduled to release, unquote. Resident Evil Code Veronica, the 4th major installment in the Resi series, was originally scheduled on the Dreamcast back in 2000. It sees Claire Redfield and her brother Chris Redfield battling to survive a viral outbreak at a prison on a remote island. An HD remaster of Code Veronica was released for 360 and is still playable today on modern Xbox consoles thanks to backwards compatibility. Resident Evil 0 is a prequel to the 1996 Resident Evil, originally scheduled for release on GameCube in 2002. 0 follows the story of police officer Rebecca Chambers and convict Billy Cohen, who end up exploring an abandoned Umbrella training facility. An HD remaster Resident Evil 0 was released for 360 and Xbox One in 2016. Please, please, please be the next games that they remake. Resident Evil 2, arguably my favorite Resident Evil of all time, and Resident Evil, arguably my favorite franchise of all time. That remake was incredible. 3 was still great, a lot of fun. Loved 4, couldn't believe how good that was. Now go back to these more cult classic games. I'm so excited by this. I'm happy they're not doing 5 next, and I hope we actually get it announced formally very soon. And number 7, Marvel Rivals is coming to PS5 and Series X. Maddie Myers at Polygon writes, Marvel and NetEase game superhero team-based PvP shooter Marvel Rivals got announced last March, and it's already in beta on PC. At the PlayStation State of Play livestream on Thursday, fans learned that the game will be released on PlayStation and Series X and S, with a closed beta coming to the PlayStation platform soon. Marvel Rivals is a free-to-play game with a huge lineup of Marvel heroes and villains, with 18 characters confirmed thus far: Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki, Luna Snow, Magic, Magneto, Mantis, Namor, Penny Parker, Rocket Raccoon, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, the Storm, Star-Lord, and the Punisher. The premise revolves around converging timelines and multiple Doctor Dooms, with proceedings overseen by Galactus' daughter Galacta, but really the point of Marvel Rivals is to see these popular and mega powerful characters teaming up and using their diverse array of abilities in combat. Very happy to hear them formally announce this game coming to consoles. This is basically reskinned Overwatch, but with Marvel characters, and it seems like it's pretty decent from the beta stuff that they can talk about, because they can't really be negative due to their embargo, which is messed up in another direction. But I can't wait to get my hands on it myself and take it for a ride. I really love Marvel, as I play Marvel Snap basically every day of my life. Love the MCU, never read a comic, but love the characters, so this seems like a ton of fun. Now, as always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and we're going to keep talking about Call of Duty, so this was another lore fact credit to Screen Rant. So the first Call of Duty changed a lot during development. Things could so easily have been completely different for the series now if the game hadn't taken an early change of direction during the development stage. With the team eager to set the game apart from its counterpart, Medal of Honor, they chose a less stealth-based approach and instead chose to have a single hero character undertaking a secret mission to stop the Nazis. However, outside influence from the developers at Spark Unlimited led them to taking a different approach with the narrative, showing the story through 3 separate perspectives, including those of Soviet and British soldiers. This multiple perspective narrative approach became a key to the success of the series. And credit to them for that, because I thought that was so cool as a kid when I was playing this game. For whatever reason, I had this game on PC back in the day. I really don't understand why. And honestly, pretty game changing, and look at where we're at now. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe to your favorite podcast service, share with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I am knee-deep in Destiny 2 prep. Cannot wait for the final shape this week. And that all leads up to the Xbox Sunday Showcase. I can't believe our Video Game Super Bowl is upon us already. That's going to be the Xbox Sunday Showcase and Raid Day with my friends. Cannot wait. My name is Brandon Rosa. You can follow me on Xbox at Brosa93. Hope you all have a great week. Stay safe and keep on gaming.